Warnings about a meat shortage driving Americans to empty store shelves, even as stores restrict purchases.
First thing they do is stock up their freezer with what they think they need, even though it's way more than they'll ever need.
Tyson and Smithfield Foods among the big producers warning plant closures would impact the supply chain. Smithfield even saying the nation's meat supply is perilously close to the edge.
I'm still not worried about it.
Now, some plants are resuming operations after President Trump signed an executive order to force meat production to the maximum extent possible. Tyson, for one, says pork production is still way down, telling reporters on an earnings call it's 74% below capacity. But the USDA counts 9 billion pounds in U.S. meat in March, before some of the big pauses.
For a country that supply the rest of the world with beef, the idea that we will run out is ridiculous.
Wendy's, which relies heavily on fresh beef, is pulling some menu items. The company told Newsy some of our menu items may be temporarily limited at some restaurants in this current environment. We're working diligently to minimize the impact to our customers and restaurants.
We will see certain cuts not being available, certain items, but they didn't say they're not going to serve meat anymore in any shape or form. That's the difference.
The shortage comes as workers at meat processing plants are worried about outbreaks at their facilities. Thousands of workers across the country are already sick. Several Smithfield workers in North Carolina spoke exclusively with Newsy.
I think that Trump's choice to force food plants to stay open is really belittling my life. It's nothing more than another piece of the production line.
Farmers feeling the strain too.
We've lost a lot of business because we did serve a lot of schools, university, and food service.
But finding new demand at the grocery store.
People actually started cooking at home more, so they ended up making up for that loss of demand by the restaurants.
As soon as we saw some of our national suppliers having issues meeting demand, we just called our local producers, said, hey, we're going to need a little bit of a bigger order from you this week, and they stepped up.
I mean, is that a more sustainable way to run it anyway?
The problem is actually food safety. The big agribusiness, the people who move are very good at making sure the food is clean and the food doesn't have E. coli, doesn't have anything.
But until national supplies are operating again at full capacity, the selection at our local grocery stores will be different.
When you start thinking that not having, this patty versus that patty of burger is a disaster, I can't relate to this.
James Packard, Newsy, Chicago.